So tonight, Andy Ruiz will be fighting Luis Ortiz in a very packed undercard. I'm actually more excited to watch the undercards than anything else. You have AKHi fighting a fighter who is 14 with 13 KOs. You have Pitbull Cruz, Joey Spencer, and Abnamara is making his return, all on the same card. Nevertheless, when it comes to the main event, this is a 50-50 fight because of Luis Ortiz's age. He is 43 years old, while Andy Ruiz, on the other hand, is 32 years old. So you have a man in his prime, Andy Ruiz, fighting a man that's so out of his prime, Luis Ortiz, that's 43 years old. Therefore, if you may ask, why is this fight 50-50? Well, that's because of Luis Ortiz's skill level. Even though he's 43, he's still very dangerous. Matter of fact, if this was a couple years back, Luis Ortiz would have had most likely beaten Andy Ruiz and 99% of the heavyweights today. That's how good Luis Ortiz is, which is why he was the boogeyman for nearly a decade in the heavyweight division. In fact, Ortiz has been chasing the Andy Ruiz fight for a very long time. He finally got it now. But that wasn't until Luis Ortiz looked at his worst during his last fight against Martin, where he got dropped multiple times and his knees was buckling every time he got hit by a good shot, or sometimes just by him moving around utilizing his footwork. It just appeared to be at 43 years old, Luis Ortiz's head and body could take punches. However, his legs just won't hold up. On the other hand, Andy Ruiz, even though he's only 32 years old, he looked at his absolute worst against Arreola, where Andy Ruiz got dropped and got hurt multiple times during that fight. Keep in mind, Arreola was 40 years old himself. It was supposed to be a showcase fight for Andy Ruiz, coming off a loss to Anthony Joshua. But Ruiz ended up having a war against a 40 years old Arreola. Therefore, if you compare Luis Ortiz to Arreola, there's no comparison when it comes to the skill gap between the two, which this is what makes this a tricky fight when it comes to picking the winner. If you want to go with IQ and boxing skills, then that's Luis Ortiz all day, every day. But if you want to go with the age gap, which is a huge age gap, one fighter is 43, Ortiz, another fighter is in his prime at 32, Andy Ruiz, who actually hulked up at 268 pounds with a six-pack. With that being said, drop your predictions in the comment section below. Who are you guys picking tonight? Are you guys going with boxing skills or with the age gap? Subscribe below and click on the notification bell to be continued on the next episode of AKHi, AKHi TV. Peace, and I'm on to the next one.